Fuck it. Do it. I wonder what else is going to go wrong. No camera, it's broken. Well, the camera's not broken, OBS sure as shit is. But yeah, as you can see, this is the K6 today, which I don't think I've ever live streamed with before. I don't want top, just put everything, I don't care. Fuck's sake. There's always fucking something, isn't there? There we go. Oh yeah, there we go, K6. BIOS has been fiddled with, so now it reports it properly, but it doesn't change anything. It works just the same as like the BIOS did originally, really, so I wouldn't worry about it at all. It's going to be a short stream, I don't really expect anyone to pay this much any attention. It's fucking nuclear winter. You're going to see this 1,000,000 times this month. I'm hearing some very strange beeping noise coming from, so it's very quiet. I'm not sure what that is. But it's happening. I can definitely hear it. I'm just going to ignore it. It's probably not anything important. To be honest, my stream appears to have stalled, but I'm not sure where that problem is. Like, everything says it's doing alright, so I'm going to assume that it's doing alright. If it's not doing alright, I'm sure someone will let me know. I mean, that could just be on my machine. God, it's confusing operating both mice. Speaking of mice, that's what's squeaking. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with that. That's definitely the player. I mean, I can pause that, really, but... yeah, fuck, I got the bandwidth. Let's just waste bandwidth. So yeah, I'm going to do Nuclear fucking Winter. It's not exactly the best expansion, but I think it gets an unfair rep, this one. Like, everyone just bashes the fuck out of this, and I'm like, it's a fucking Christmas expansion. Do you think any cheap-ass fucking Christmas expansion was actually going to be good? Because I sure as shit don't. These things never are. Like, compared to some of the crap that's out there, it's not that bad. Like, it's basically Duke Nukem user maps, but mildly Christmas themed. I don't know how much it costs though. The feminist elven militia. You know, there's sort of brainwashing to take over the world. You know, I'm pretty certain this could get my channel shut down these days. Howdy, George. Yeah, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Like, someone's... I'm going to have to be careful what I say playing this one. Oh, fuck that. I don't do being careful. Oh, that was a nice stall the system did there. The music's going to cause that to happen a few times, I think, in this.
Let's rock.
I haven't really practiced this. I sort of played it a little bit. Turn that horrible music up. We need the horrible music. Oh, man. What were them bad words of this song? I can't remember now. Frosty the fucking Parmart. That is a song, I'm not making it. Oh no, why did I do that? I wanted the night vision goggles. I could just restart the game now, but... no, I don't have any good weapons, leave me alone.
Come get some.
Get some.
Let God serve.
But no, I think there's an unfair bashing this expansion, I really do. But I can get a good weapon. I'm not attacking these fuckers on with a pistol, I got machine guns and shit. That was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. Oh, it didn't seem to spawn any more enemies. Yeah, I only vaguely remember the later levels. Honestly, as much as I'm going to say it as bad as people make it, I haven't played this since that Let's Play I did it fucking years ago, so... there's nothing else in here. That was the last time I played this, but a lot of that's just because it's a chore to get it running. Can't answer them, can no.
Where is it?
Actually made me jump slightly. By chore to get running, I mean I had to copy a couple of files that I can't be bothered to. Don't have the CD anymore. It broke years ago, and these files are just a copy of the installation. That's God knows how many incarnations later. Good job you don't get generation loss on PCs. I used to think that was a thing when I was a kid. I was like, well, if I keep copying the same file, will it degrade? What the fuck does that do? Ah. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that was hard. I swear. It was just guesswork. Oh, that's nice. Make me walk in here when I haven't got protective boots. I mean, they are. I don't think the door can be opens from what I remember. It's those things. Scared those things. Protozoid slimes. It's like so insulting when you die by those. Like, probably the far dumbest creature in the universe or something. And so it fucking begins. Oh yeah, I don't have the RPG yet. I think that's how we go. Maybe I'll have more than I thought. They do lay the enemies on a bit thick for the start of the game, really, to be honest. Do that or I'm just out of practice. Well, those bastards only fire breezes, but... Howdy, Nico. I do wonder how many millions of times you're going to see this game this month. Like, every channel is going to play this. I'm sure a bunch of them already have. It makes me wonder, is there some kind of gimmick I can do, and I'm not sure. Probably not. Not that wouldn't be really boring. Like, I couldn't mess with the levels, I could probably mess with the levels. There's not much good reason to. That's nice, put a white enemy in a predominantly white level. We'll see it there. It'll stand there. It'll definitely stand out. That couldn't possibly be a bad design decision. I'm sure of it. Never suspects the snowman. Fucking snowman in yards. Always likes to make them look evil. Whoa. Give them like long carved noses made of snow, usually with twigs in it. Just like this scowl. And they're always small. I don't do big snowmen, I just build like an army of small snowmen.
Damn, I'm looking good.
Probably shouldn't do that, actually. Yeah, I've probably just sent Duke Nukem to hell here, I think. That's bad. I might have to cheat my way out of here, I'm not restarting the level. Oh no, it got there. Because otherwise you have to wait for it to Actually, I don't know if it ever comes back. Actually, I could crash the game when it gets to the absolute limit. Like, I've tested, I actually sent the feces sprite, the tards. I actually sent one on a very long journey.
Come get some.
Like, outside the map. And it does crash the game. It takes about 22 days to do it, but it will crash the game.
Medieval on your asses.
I spent too much time in this engine. It was a thing, you know, I was in the middle of designing a level, I'm like, can I actually get a player-induced crash to happen? And yeah, it turns out you can, but you can't extend the grid far enough to put sectors there, so it's going to take a few days at the maximum velocity for it to get there. It's not a sure level stats thing. Can't remember. I'd quite like it if there was. It doesn't seem that way. I'm sure that was an option in Vanilla Duke, but I guess not. Yeah, find out what the fuck OBS doesn't like this camera. It gets worse with every fucking update. These are those delightful feminist elves that the introduction told us about, I guess.
Come
oh,
get
that's bound to
some.
end fucking well. Jeez, fucking, I hate Christmas. Why did I decide to play this? It wasn't the best idea at all. Look up here. See if this... well, that's... what I wanted, but I'll use it. That wasn't where I wanted to go. The game's kicked my ass. This ain't a good start. I haven't died yet. It says. Pretty close though. That's okay, it just means I get to play with bigger weapons to make sure I don't. I don't think the offset's set right on those snowmen tiles, to be honest.
Come get some.
Well, that music's worse than I remember. I don't know if it's genuinely worse or it's just the old 64 making it worse. I don't even know what the volume level's like. Like, it looks loud to me, but I don't know if it is. I'm sure I'll be let to know if there's anything wrong with it. Like, I can always adjust these things if the volume's bad or something. Oh god, it's going to go in slow motion now.
That was annoying.
Christmas all the way. Christmas wear, Christmas wear, Christmas all the day. Yeah!
Hail to the king, baby.
I don't know. It's, like I say, everyone bashes this. This is the expansion people hate. I would agree. Oh crap, man, those do pretty massive damage.
Damn, I'm good.
That very gnarly narded me.
Who wants some?
I mean, we got feminist elves. Why haven't we got any trans elves or anything? I think they might be been underrepresented. Yeah? Oh, there's no way I was within the radius of that game. You're bullshitting me. I swear the explosion radius seems to be broader in the DOS version of this.
Where is it?
Ah. Well, that's not working. I don't know why the light wouldn't work. They haven't modified anything in here. Is that still what it is? I can see people's complaints, the whole thing of, you know, oh well, it reuses the first couple of levels and shit. Alright, that needs a key now. I don't think there is any reindeer in this, from what I remember. I think it's just elves and snowmen, and that's basically it. The Lizmen have, like, antlers on their head. That's the closest you're going to get. I don't know why I just spun round there. It's done that a couple... Oh, no, not the music reset. It's got a slow motion. There we go. That's going to get me killed at some point. I'm sure it is. This is... I just don't feel like this game's really that wise in today's political climate. I really don't. That's not going to stop me, that just makes me want to play more, to be honest.
Hail to the king, baby.
Ah, I shouldn't have blown it up. I wanted to watch the movie, damn it. Look a bit over here. How lovely. So I'm not quite sure whether the snowman's evil or not, because I mean he looks like the snowman from the opening cutscene, but then all the snowmen look the same to me, so... He's like butchering an elf, and the elves have been evil in this, but... Jeez, I really don't know. Oh crap, that hit the frame rate. It's just a mirror! Oh, well then. I needed a... Did I miss something? Well, I haven't done anything significant, so I don't know why you're giving me all these enemies. It's one thing Duke Nukem always had right, is as much as it doesn't gore as much as a lot of other games did, it does feel right to blow things up again. What the hell is that key? That's weird. Oh, no, not the music. Look. Oh, we've been lucky so far. It's only happened when there's nothing around to kill us. Well, that's evidently where the key is. Now I can go back.
Come get some.
I'm not sure that was the smartest idea. Oh, that might be why the frame rate's going bad. That mirror's broken. What the hell did they do to that? There's no point me DN show mapping that, because I don't think that shows up when the game's running. Because there should be a sector back there as large as the area that it can reflect. Ah, I see. I did kind of remember that you had to do this. And now we should be into shitty fucking Nuclear Winter original levels territory. That is so tacky. That's shit they play in fucking pound shops. Dollar stores.
Cool.
Oh, it hurts my head actually. I might not want to spend too long on this level. The song is fucking shit. Last holiday ever. So I jingle bell car. Fucking hell. Well, at least we got Doom. And that's the thing, is Nuclear Winter as bad as Duke meets Doom? Because I don't think anyone in their right mind could say that it was. In all fairness, I mean, it's made by just a few people, but still. So is Nuclear Winter, though. I doubt many people liked on this. Not really, but I wonder if I had to listen to this song forever.
I'm gonna put the smack dab on your ass.
That was a little bit fucking weird. We've got a key now. That's good. I don't think we ever get any more ammo from that. Maybe we do.
Hail to the king, baby.
I saw a crack in the wall then,
Come
but no.
get some.
I don't have a lot of health, do I? I got a med kit. Oh, that was fucking... If I'd have rushed in there then... That better not become a thing, huh? Right at that saw. Right. Jeez, man. I mean, there's no fucking getting around it, you know. Yeah, bash the expansion, this and that. There's no other expansion quite like it. I'm honestly amazed for the amount that people whine about it, that nobody has tried. With all the things the fan base have done, nobody has yet tried to make a better version of it. People have been remaking levels for years. I'm almost tempted to try remaking these myself. Isn't this where that snowman was mauling the elf on the movie screen? I'm sure it is. Yeah, it does surprise me. If I ever have the time, but I mean, I can't even finish my own fucking levels out, like, so screw messing with these. No, I'm sure there's something else. Yeah. This is the one with Mario in it. That song is going to be in my fucking head. I'm going to end up murdering somebody. Well, evidently it's not that way. Is it that way? Okay. No, that's the same fucking... how far back was this? Quite far.
sucks.
Damn it! That got holes in it. Fuck this.
Damn good.
Extreme weaponry.
Holy cow.
Get rid of them the easy way.
Cool.
Also, we know these are down here now. Yeah, fuck you, lasers. You're not catching me out.
Holy shit. This really pisses me off.
Well, evidently they are. Oh no, they should have blown up. Sure, my luck's going bad very quickly on this one, isn't it?
Get that crap out of here.
Right, I know what's wrong. They didn't wake up, so I just have to wait and make sure they've all woke up. Steal that present from the feminist elf. Oh, I didn't get the angle right. I still didn't get the angle right. I'm stood right on a wall, it's supposed to bounce up. I've done it loads of times. Yeah, just throw another one of those. Fucking pig, survive that. Right, I don't want to mess with that thing. I don't really want to have to use my med kit, but yeah, I might have to. If I didn't use it already, that is. Oh. Well, we do get another one soon, so why not? Let's just abuse it.
Your face, your ass, what's the difference?
Suck at my cock. Suck at my fucking cock. Oh, good. I am honestly starting to question my existence at this point. I didn't want to do that, but it actually took me the right word.
Damn, I'm good.
Suck my jingle bell cock. It's me, Mario. It's too bad he's playing fucking Mario Kart. I hate that game. It's awful. I don't know why people like it. It's crooked. It doesn't play well. And it's easier in emulators for some reason. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it runs slightly better or so. Play that on actual SNES. It's like, oh. It just doesn't control right. It's like you turn left in that game, and the car will turn left, but it's sort of straight right at the same time. And that doesn't look safe at all. I'm going to start abusing that. I don't know. I've got like a whole album written out, but I don't think I have any Christmas shit left. Like everything else on it's like just fucking genocide and incest for the most part. I do have a song on their release, but it's just about songs being shit. It complains about how almost every fucking song is in 4/4 time. I'm not sure I can get back if I go down there. And it looks like there's a whole world to faff around in out here. I got a jetpack. The ghosts come back. And that actually looks like somewhere I shouldn't go. Oh, we do get more shrinker ammo though, it's over here. Christmas, I think, it's lost its meaning to a lot of people now. But to me, it's for children anyway, Christmas, really. It's just another fucking day.
Groovy.
family's finally got the message and stopped sending me shit. So every year they... Yeah, I knew something was going to happen. I'm going to say that devastating. Every year they'd send me money and cards and shit. And I'm like, please stop doing it. Like, oh, we don't expect anything in return. I'm like, well, I hope not, but you make me feel guilty. Just stop. And it's taken them the best part of a decade to stop sending shit. And I'm like, it's not that I don't appreciate it, I'm just not good at accepting gifts. I don't know how to do that. It doesn't come naturally to me, and I'm not going to fake it, because that's dishonest. And all you're doing is guilting me at this point. Well, it's like, I can't, I know, you've explained, but that's what it does to me. I can't change that. I'm sure I just dropped a note then. Howdy, lame guy. I mean, it's 64 this is on. It's not exactly perfect. It's not the best wavetable. It's not the worst. It gets the job done, the all 64s. You know, if you want better wavetable cards than that, they start getting expensive very quickly and having drawbacks. The all 64 at least has like... Oh yeah, it plays that fucking... like 2 music files play on this screen.
Rockin'.
Actually, from what I remember, there's 3 musics that play when you actually beat this thing. Like, you have a MIDI playing and 2 VOC files playing music, I think, at the end of this expansion. And it's quite short. Like, we're probably halfway through now, already. Oh, it's fine, I don't plan to stream that long, like only a couple hours today, because I've got to go to sleep and shit at some point, but... I do have, like, the N64 on standby with Duke Nukem 64 in it. So, if this finishes way early, I'll fuck with that, but my controller's screwed, so... it won't be fun. But there's something I want to try and do with that. Your cock between my legs and thrust it into... I can't remember now. Honestly, I don't fucking remember. There's all sorts of fucking words for this shit.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Kevin Bloody Wilson's the master of offensive Christmas songs, so there's no point in me even trying. Like, that guy could outdo me at that shit, like, blindfolded on it. Which figures, because you don't really need to be able to see to come up with songs. You stupid feminist bitch. It hits the frame rate a bit though, doesn't it? I didn't want to use those! Yeah, it's down to like 15 frames a second over here. I mean, I doubt it'll be as fast as the Pentium 2. I don't know. I bet they're probably about even running the same video card, you know, but it's Trident Blade. It's not super quick in Visa video, but it's not slow, but it doesn't rank high among the fastest cards either. It just sort of middle grounds it. Which is fine. They're cheap video cards, the Blade. I'm rather fond of this thing. taking some hits in here, and I'm not sure why. There's not too many sprites. I mean, it's a sprite floor, but maybe there's some dodgy sectors going on. I wouldn't put it past this team to have corrupted a map somewhere. It doesn't seem beyond their capacity to do something stupid like that, to be honest. So I quite like the piano though, that works. It feels a little bit jazzy though. Like, I dig that. That works. If they'd done the whole fucking song like that. Shit, I'm gonna die. I have to use my fucking medkit. Oh, so this machine will run this just fine. If I'd cranked it up another notch, it'd probably slow down a bit, but I think it'd still be playable for the most part. I'm not sure. I have not actually tested what visa modes this card exposes, to be honest. So there may be a few things that it's not good at, for all I know. Oh, the frame rate goes up massively there. In that one spot. Doesn't bother me. I'm happy. Until it dips to like 12 frames a second, I'm not going to complain. Just let them murder each other. Well, they always said that the left will end up eating their own. I guess that's happening now. I'm not taking sides in this argument, I'm just specifying what's going on.
I needed that.
It's nice of them to put those medkits there, really thinking about, well, we've got ammo for that. I'm not sure if we have to come back here, but... Okay. Yeah, it's that sprite floor with a... Like, it's just one sector with a sprite floor and it's all that is. Still, it looks kind of cool. Yeah, stand just right. That sector should start drawing sprites and the ordering will break slightly. It's not past the door, so I can't kick it open. Oh, that is open. What the hell is this about? I see. So they're obviously plotting in here. Well, I'm going to break the clock. Ha! Now you don't know what time it is. And then you'll plot for too long and you'll get tired. And then you won't be able to stop me because you'll all be asleep. It seems insignificant now to break a clock, but mark my words, my plan is diabolical. They won't know what hit them. Yeah, they like to keep tabs on that. Oh, I'm serving that then. Oh, I didn't want to pick that up. Fucking prick tease fucking card. Santa said you're good. I don't know what to say. You can't shoot me, there's force fields in the way, suckers. I'll just let you shoot each other to death in there. And find something better to do with my time. Like, I can't break that apparently. Well, it doesn't look expensive anyway, so Maybe I didn't want to break it. Where else can I go? I have... Ah. Right. Yeah, that was this way. Will I be coming back here? I don't know, but there's probably more shit to kill out here. Skirling's a bit... Ah. Yeah, there is more shit to kill out here. See, I remember bits and pieces. Only bits and pieces. Rudolph the Deep Throat reindeer. Yeah, if it doesn't exist already, I'm sure it could definitely be written up. I'm trying to remember the shit we used to sing to it in school, but I can't fucking remember now. It was that fucking long ago. So that's going to be like showing my age, because they're probably not allowed to do that now. Oh, no Christmas songs in schools. We still had to sing hymns and shit. That's what explosives are for. Ah, right, well, that doesn't surprise me. It just has to be done shit like that, really, doesn't it? Especially Christmas songs, they're just asking for it. Ah, I got your red key card. Oh, there's nothing up here, you're the fucking worst. Well, at least I didn't take any damage from that. That's right, those are those broken, You said they're broken, but I actually think they were meant to be in space. It could actually be intentional that they don't make sounds. Like, those props. I've never heard that one, so I'm going to have to look that up. Later on, I'm not going to play it on the stream, so I don't know what will happen if it trips a copy-like system. I'm worst in pipe bombs, but I don't think I need them that much now. If I need more, the game should give me more, right? I don't know though, because I mean, they skimp on the med kits in this expansion a little bit. Some nice shading though, I'll give them that. Alright. We have been down here. I don't think the red key goes down here, so I'm not going to pursue that. Ah, I remember this area. So I remember the first time I ever came here, wondering what to do for a while. It took me a little while to notice that. Strange layout to have stars that don't end on the thing, but those aren't tagged to match. I mean, I suppose they don't have to be, but there's no, you know, well, I don't know, if you're a multiplayer that could be an issue, unless they've got two activator locks or whatever they are. Yeah, it will be an activator. No, it could use a master switch, but that's not what it's designed for.
God sort him out.
Although that would guarantee... No, it wouldn't, because then if you activated the other one, the door would close again. And then you'd never be able to open it, because you can only trip master switches once. And if they're not tagged to match, you need 2 master switches.
Gonna rip him a new one.
Man, I didn't save that whole level. That's not good. I don't need to get cocky. Oh. Oh, there we go with this shit again. These lasers.
Groovy.
That's a lot of fucking lasers. How did that not kill me? I didn't even mean to hit them. There's just so fucking many of them. Fuck you, lasers. There's concrete down there, isn't there? Yeah, floating concrete, that makes sense. If you kill your man, and I kill your dad, everybody knows it's just a fad. Yes. Not sure what that does, but well, what good is that? I've got a jetpack. I don't need that shit. Oh, I see. It's to get up there but we've already been up there because I have a jetpack. What fucking...
Want some?
We can't go up there, apparently. We can't freeze those. Yeah, that was never going to end well in that room, was it? Oh, all the way back here. Fuck's sake. See, I need to save more often. That's what we're learning here. I don't save often enough. It was a little bit precise. It was a little bit too intricate for my liking. I can hear it hearting the octobrain, so it must be doing something right. I don't need that, but I'm going to press it anyway, just for good measure. They're still in there, aren't they? I don't know how they didn't get killed, but...
Hail to the king,
well, they
baby.
didn't, so... To the very surface of the ground. Stupid feminist elves. I can see what you want me to do here, game, and I'm not doing it. Really? Enough with the fucking lasers! You can actually shoot those with the shooter effector in the game, which is a little bit odd. I've got an idea of where to use that.
Medieval on your asses.
It's not something I've really seen ever put into use. It's kind of clunky, it doesn't work very well. Really good
Shit happens.
So one of them shat. You know, I don't think it's something they intended you to do. You can shoot blood and stuff as well. I can see why that would be handled as a... I wouldn't call it a projectile, it's not a projectile. But why it would be handled in the weapons system, you know. So you get moments of this where you can tell they've put some fucking effort into the design. Is that... I mean, if you go down here, like, you've got... shit like this, where they've obviously put some thought in, but then you've got all this blandness. This area up here, same deal. You You've got this side of the room where it's just empty, and then you've got that where somebody's really put some effort in. It's really weird. It's like they just didn't put the time in or something. I saw those. What's triggering them? Right, I should have known. That's just fucking wonderful. That's all we fucking need. Now look how bar and bland this bit looks, and then again you come up here and it's like, oh, somebody's actually trying. Yeah, you fucking morons, jump in the lava. I've decided though that album, I want to finish it by the end of next year. I won't be happy if I haven't finished it by then, because I've slacked off all this year, and it's not like I have infinite years to finish it. Like it has to be some finite amount before the equipment breaks or I break. So probably me, I'll break first. Just have to keep hearing this fucking music.
I'm gonna get medieval on your asses.
What was this key for, anyway? It must be somewhere back at the start. There was a door somewhere, yeah. I do remember this bit. Fucking hell, man, they just don't give up. Headroom. Broadcast signal intrusion reference. Yeah, it probably will. There's always music in my head of some description. I've had worse there. I should have lured them over here. I could have got up there. Yep, enemies can't really walk on sprite floors. I don't know who designed this, but I guess they weren't really aware of that. Hang on a second, the thought just occurred to me. Fuck your blue key. Tile 0. I'm not seeing tile 0. No. Tile 0 is brown and way uglier than that. Seldom used. It's used in Dark Side, in the regular game. When you step out of the airlock, it's on the wall behind you. Used to have some tool that told every tile number that was in a given level, and I don't know what happened to it.
Come get some.
Oh, yep, it's that music. That's why we have the like that. Christmas Day, Christmas Day. Yeah. Where's the music? Alright. I thought God had been merciful for a moment there, but apparently not. And I just noticed, you can see up their outfit when they fall over. That's horrible. I don't need to see that. Who's firing mortars? Well, that needn't go over there. I'll get it back. Man, he can't drive away. He's a drunken fucking snowman. Can't drive worth shit. Well, I guess we'll go to the slurps first. So I guess this is where they keep the Asians over here. Maybe. They said it, not me. I'm guessing the next sign will be like the Hood. That'll be where they keep the blacks. I will not be killed. Not that easily.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah, I knew there'd be some hiding back here. How was that death? I was nowhere near close enough. Oh no, that resets the music. On the other hand, that does give me a momentary advantage over the AI. Christmas Day, Christmas Day, Christmas all the way. I'll take the hits, I'll weather it. See, I think I've been inaccurate, not just in the height, but I'm kind of lazy with that, because like the curve for shooting don't like that way in this game. So it's just an unnecessary mouse movement and the fact that you can only update one direction at a time, so... I mean, you can technically go diagonal, but it's kind of clunky and slow. Which is why I never tend to look up or down too much as I just turn around. Oh yeah, it's all just repurposing stuff for the most part. I even borrowed somebody's mod. I wish they'd fuck off with those. No, that's a waste of a good weapon. He's not good enough, that snowman. Right, now I'm mad at this. I'm gonna be boy some heftier weaponry. At least we can blow the trees up to see what we're doing. Medkits. Medkits. Shit in the trees, apparently. That's just fucking glorious. How wonderful. So, why do I feel like I'm gonna get fucked over here? Snowman's not gonna come down here, is he? We're gonna have to get rid of one lot of them. Now I'm going to save. At least it gives another atomic health to make up. So again, it's like a brief moment where you can see actual thought was put into this. This song really messes with the game timer for some reason. I have to wonder, because MIDI usually ticks at like 240 ticks per second. This game only ticks at like 120 ticks per second. So does the like ass only tick at 120? Because if it does, what happens if you put a MIDI in that wants more ticks per second? Oh, you can't interact with it. Naughty. Okay, that's a little bit creepy. So, say you put a MIDI in that wants to use like all 240 TPS, right? If AS is only running at 120 TPS, will it start skipping events in the MIDI? Or will it slow the game down, or at the very least slow the sound system down? Because that could be what's going on there. Because there's that drum roll with that timpani note. I would have thought the All-64 had used that much CPU to do that, so there's obviously something else going on. Yeah, this way. I'm just not sure what. Oh, crap! You can't run behind these anymore, can you? Well, you can. There's nothing to indicate that, but it still works. Evidently this isn't where I'm supposed to go. I saw that now at the start of the level. So they're probably teaming with enemies, I guess. Oh man, they got shrinkers now. Yeah, they have. Stupid fucking bitch. Leave me alone. Where is she? No, I knew you could self-destruct the pigcop tank. I didn't know if it would still work on the snowman ones. Because there's no visible indication. They don't have, like, the nuke symbol on the back of them. Oh, an old-fashioned shootout. Shoot through the glass. Let's not be polite. It's not our property, so we'll damage it as much as we want to. Why is there shit everywhere? Oh right, probably because there's feminists everywhere and, like, shit tends to come out every time they open their fucking mouths. They fucking would have to use whack player, wouldn't they? Whack player, that command that nobody uses for good fucking reasons because it resets the view angle, look. That's why nobody uses it. The only thing that used it in the base game was probably the Lizman Spitz. Really? No, I think the original devs probably realised it was annoying.
Cool.
Which way first? I'll worry about that later. They seem to be... I don't need to get shot in the back. That's more of this fake reflection stuff. That's the pool ball sound. Oh, I shot these fuckers out. I wonder how they cause the series of sounds to go off there. I can't open these ones. Fuck, no one can have them then. Especially that one. I mean, we know what these people do to dogs. They fucking feed them vegan fucking diets and they end up dying. Now what's that about? Why does that need its own sector there and why is it textured wrong? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm at a loss as to why that's a thing, to be honest. Is there anything important in here? Yeah, there is. Nothing down there? No. No fucking coffee for you. Your fucking soy latte is no more. Fucking standard stuff. Well, this is. Yeah. Why did the ordering go funny with the sprites then?
Yeah, piece of cake.
Oh, that was cool. They got the slow motion explosion. Oh, shit. Shit. Damn. I'm trying to look at the scenery, you stupid fucking herd. Oh, damn it. Yeah, we can't go down there, so we won't be going down there. Probably nothing good anyway. It's clearly just for display. I'm trying to remember if there's something nasty hiding at the end of this level, because I think we're pretty much at the end. Like, I can't see what else they would have done. Again, tags don't match. That's poor practice. You don't do that. Snowmen's, but that seems to be it. Now, I'm sure I remember playing this once years ago and getting here to find this door open already. And I think it had something to do with having kicked it earlier on or something weird like that. Off the desk. Well, they didn't one-side it, but they've not aligned that bit there right, unfortunately. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Oh no. Right. Where do we gotta go now? I can't remember. I can't do the end, but it is. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna... Humbugs. I didn't plan that when I saved it that originally, like, to start with. I was just like, oh well. Right, let's go and beat some lifted curd to death. Oh, I didn't have much health.
I needed that.
Shit, stop! You're killing me! Ah! Well, it sucks humbugs, is what it sucks, Duke. You need to get in the Christmas spirit.
Crap out of here.
Yeah! Christmas now, we'll go to hell.
I needed that.
Kill the reindeer, kill the Santas, kill the fucking elves. We will kill them and we'll watch them as they burn in hell. Shit! My luck's going bad. Okay, no more fucking around. Let's get this done. Kiss, slide, and something. Ah, I had like localized lyrics for this song and I can't remember them. It's sort of like a fucking stealing his sleigh and setting it on fire, but fuck knows now.
I'm gonna get medieval on your asses.
You know, I should stop wasting that because we're going to need it very soon. Yeah, that's no good to me. I'm going down the hole there. I'll go and face the damn drones. It's unfair, that mandatory damage. Should have put a health pack down there to make up for it, really. Yeah, everyone hates drones. We had a discussion once where it was concluded George Broussard was technically the best mapper because he didn't use them out of the original levels.
Knock it down.
I could have done with that a few seconds ago, but fine. Yeah, I'll save that. Why not? About facing the wrong way. Where? Stupid aliens. Try and get in there. Fail to get in there. Ah, come on, Duke, get in there. These fucking little horses. Is that really what kids want for Christmas now? I know this wax, yeah, you can see even. They didn't even bother trying to cover it up. You can actually push sprites through a white wall and they'll just keep going. So you can put another belt there, and as long as, you know, it's not connected to this sector, there'd be no visible... You wouldn't need that wall, you'd be able to walk around this thing and look a hell of a lot more impressive. Because it would, you know, look as though they were going through. Because obviously there's two belt systems on a loop, and of course the problem with looping a belt like that is it's not that accurate, and those sprites will drift off towards the edges as time goes on, and eventually they'll get stuck. No matter what you try to do, it always happens that way. Whereas doing it the way I said, there's a lot less risk of that. Because you can just send the belt in the complete opposite direction. It's how I built trains and roads and shit without me going out of line. And it uses less sectors as well. Someone's gonna get bread, and I think it's Santa. 'Cause he's wronged me with his bullshit, I'm gonna smash his face. Stupid elf, stupid ring, stupid fuckers. I'll take the missiles. I'll take the electrics. The music and everything's... In that room it feels more like fucking personal than it does. Ow! Bastards! No, I don't want those. Just give me some... Yeah, I got loads of shotgun ammo. It's that bug. They did when I like Let's Play Duke 3D years ago, where I kept switching my weapon out. It seems to happen with pipe bombs and the shotgun most often. I guess they must share some kind of variable somewhere and something just doesn't get overwritten when it should. There's probably some level of assumption by whoever wrote the code. Oh, I don't really want to go into this with low health. Well, I guess we're going to end up having to. Spiral stars. Not as far as I know. I mean, certainly be able to make one. Well, I don't know why the display was bugging out though. To be honest, this Trident card seems to do this alright. I don't know why it's bugging now. I hope it's not going to break down on me, because I quite like this video card, and I don't know if I'll ever get another one if it was to go wrong. Like, they're not worth anything, but they're not very common either.
Baby.
Oh no, he says that fucking line.
So you have found my secret plans. Now you must die.
Unfortunately, a lot of his lines never get used as far as I know. They do that when I've let him resort. Ow! Who put the fucking heart rail texture as a... Fucking bastards. So that's his plan, to stand on Duke Burger and put helicopters... Oh shit.
Damn, I'm good.
Oh man, why'd the frame rate go bad? It's not nice to shoot Santa. Right, this is the Sobbot basically. It was a mod somebody made to make a more advanced Duke mod. And the thing is, pretty resilient. But I don't think Simply Silly Software wrote it. I don't know that they only like to use it.
Not nice to shoot Santa.
not really shrinking as far as I know.
Oh, my face!
So Duke Nukem rescued Santa and saved the day. Merry Christmas, children, and season's greetings. The end.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and up at the pole, all the monsters were bleeding from out of their holes. Then Santa proclaimed as he rode out of sight, Duke Nukem kicks ass, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he wasn't meant as a boss, the Sobbot. He was just a Duke bot, like in Fake Multiplayer. He was meant as a replacement for that. And they basically just lifted the code from it, as far as I'm aware. Well, in fact, the cons even reference it directly.
Ready for action.
We now have 3 musics playing. The completion music, the intro cutscene music, and the MIDI. That Here Comes Santa Claus MIDI. It's just a cacophony. There we go, that's all 3 songs played at once. So, see, I don't think that expansion's as awful as people make out. It's not like it's overly long or anything, so... It's stupid, and that works at Christmas. Wow, so I guess they must have replaced the new beast. It completely breaks the demos. Unless it came with demos, usually.
Oh, it's not nice to shoot Santa.
Oh, I can't trigger the level to reset. I probably would have worked in very early versions.
It's not nice to shoot Santa. Oh, it's not nice to shoot Santa.
Yeah, he only ever says that one line, but he has other lines like, no milk and cookies for Santa, you know, no, it's cold for you this year, little boy, and just cheesy crap like that. But no, the cons even reference I know at least one of them does. Maybe NW user might do it. There you go. It actually does still have references to it. I mean, that's a little bit cheap, really. Oh, I never killed the carolers. Never mind. Not much we can do about that now. Right, well, I don't have to clock out just yet. I've never tried to change mode on this capture card in the middle of, pardon me, in the middle of streaming before. But I'll see if I can get it into composite mode, and I'll fuck about with the N64 version of the game for a little while. Fucking hell. No, I was looking at that code and I can't make head nor tail of it because I don't use braces or anything, so... There's like ifs and elses, but I don't know what fucking order anything's supposed to be executing in or what it's doing, so... Fuck knows. Like, it's not to say I can't follow it, it's just... It'd be a pain in the arse to follow it, is what I'm saying. I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tried to do this before. And it doesn't help that my Duke 3D cartridge is really unreliable. and often doesn't stop. Ah, there you see that's set to, there we go. So you can do that. I have to change the cables over. Yeah, pack not found, it never is. Interlacing, it's probably going to be present on this. That was professional, that. Get this K6 to time itself off. It's not wasting power. As you can probably see, the output from the N64 is pretty bad, but I don't intend to really do much or anything with this N64 beyond the shit I'm going to stream closer to Christmas, so... If I turn the interlacing off, it makes the interlacing less worse. Somehow. No, I'm just going to leave it like so. We're going to have a bit of interlacing, it seems, no matter what. Unless we go into it with composite mode already on. Now this controller is broken. It's a shame that camera doesn't work, because fuck, I hold these things weird compared to a lot of people. Yeah, this camera just doesn't get on with OBS at all. I don't know why. I'll give it a quick go whilst I go in the options, because for some reason it defaults to this nonsensical... I don't understand at all what they were going for. Yeah, camera's just not going to work. I could, but it's not going to make a difference because it starts going dark at certain times, so there's not much point in me doing it. It's going to start doing weird shit a lot of the time. And even then, it usually changes over time. The yellow edges, we've never seen them again. The controller's gone wonky already in the time it's taken to get this far.
Holy cow. Damn, those alien scum are gonna pay
So it has.
my ride.
If I rattle the stick, eventually it'll overflow and go the other way. It's like it adds on over time. Because the only thing you can do is unplug the controller and stick it back in, so we're going to have to do this a few times. But what I want to do here is find that fucking, that room that's not in the PC version. I'm going to walk around until I find the fucking... Good God, I forgot how bad the audio was. Now, it's going to be a bit slow, because if I push on the stick too hard, it'll just go out straight away. But I should be able to play it. We're just not going to be able to go full speed all the time, which is fine, because it's a controller, and I don't feel comfortable playing this game with a controller, if I'm entirely honest. It doesn't feel right to me to use a controller. The other thing to bear in mind is that I can only see this in OBS, so there's nigh on a second of delay on it. So, yeah, by the time I see something, it's already happened. So we're going on how well I know this game, really, at this point. And my controller not breaking down, which it's doing very rapidly. I'm pulling the stick all the way to the F1 expansion pack. You mean that memory thing? Yeah, that I have that, but I don't have any games that use it. So that was a pointless fucking purchase. Nintendo fucked up when they designed the control pads for this. I might just get a reproduction one, see if they're any better. But I don't see myself playing this console that much more, so... It hasn't been out since I finished Banjo-Kazooie, you know. Much as I love F-Zero X and everything. Horrible console. I never liked the N64 as a system. I like the games on it better than the other systems of its time, but I don't like it. You see how it goes dark when I'm facing certain ways. The brightness will start dipping in places. Controller's going out again, but we'll put up with it for now. At least now I got a better weapon. As gritty as the sounds are, I do think some of the weapon sounds was slightly better in this version. It's painfully slow though. That's what happens when I let go of the stick, by the way. That interlacing's pretty horrible, I apologise. Why is there's like a line showing up in there? Have I actually seen a reflection? I am. Look at that. See, because the levels, as far as I know, contain a copy of the sectors back there, instead of the usual mirror. And we're actually seeing it. Look, you can see the... Can I move something there? Let me take the controller out. A second. Well, we can see it in the pause menu, but... Yeah, we could actually... So it can't be a performance issue that they turned it off for, because it's obviously drawing. Like, if you look there... Can I move that image? I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll use the gun. If you look sort of at the top of the sight on the gun, you can sort of see... Well, where the gun's pointing... That's the counter with the basins, and then you've got the wall, and sort of just below the end of the barrel is where the wall ends and the floor's there. Those sectors are actually drawing. That's really weird. I've never noticed that. So that... I wonder why they got rid of the mirrors then, because I mean, Duke's not drawing that. But that's not hard to implement, surely. It's not hard to make Duke Nukem appear. Like, it's obviously a different effect. Like, I think they had to manually, like, build a copy, like, copy the sectors and flip them, which is easy to do in build. Like, just select the sectors, whack insert, and then, you know, X, Y, just flip the fucking things. So I wonder why they've done that.
Come on.
Are there any mirrors in this game? Because I don't remember there been any. I don't know why they've got rid of them. Like, you'd figure it was performance, but obviously not. It's drawing it. Has anyone ever noted that? Because I'm going to have to look that up, because I don't think that's something people have been previously aware of. It might have taken my N64 having this knackered output to actually see it. But that's a thing. I'm fucking baffled. There was... Will we be able to see anything in that other mirror? I need to not get detracted, because I want to find that fucking secret room. Isn't there... I can't open... Yeah, I can. Can I see that area? Yeah, that last area. Can I see in the mirrors from here? Would that be a mirror above the base? Surely not. I mean, it's brighter, and I don't think there'd be a mirror there. I mean, you can't have mirrors facing each. Well, I suppose you can if they're drawing copies of each. I'm going to go and have a look again. It wasn't what I planned to do with this, but I'll work my way back there at some point. I'm going to check that out. Because that's an odd thing that I've...
Let's rock.
This game is still running on build, by the way. It's running a renderer that was built specifically for the N64, but it is still running build as far as I know. It sure as shit behaves like build anyway, a lot of the time. Like, it has built quirks when I didn't press that. I just unplugged the controller. I guess it must have been a bit wonky in the socket. Please don't blow me up.
Who wants some? It's time to make tracks.
I guess we're stuck in a blood pool. Right, so they got rid of all traces of this mirror. If there's sectors though, we're not going to be able to see them. I'm sorry it looks horrible when I'm turning. I really am sorry for that. I have a red key. Right, I'm going to go and check this out really quick. Those are definitely drawing. The thing is that there wouldn't be a particular landmark to spot if there was another mirror here, but if they were using sector copying, then theoretically they would be able to have mirrors facing each other. I don't think there's anything back there though. And we don't snag on anything. Which, I mean, they could just put the blocking flag on, but... Oftentimes you can still feel a slight snag with just a frame or two. That's it's very strange. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That didn't die, did he? I've missed some secrets. I know where they are. I don't much care. I've not found anything to... Oh crap, the controller. It would break now, wouldn't it? I can manage. As long as I don't have to turn left too quick, we'll be fine. Of course, everything wants me to turn left now. Look, there's a bit of leeway with the aiming in this port. Yeah, let me correct that before I get myself murdered. Because it's not like I can save the game or anything. I have the pack, but it's not detected, and we can force it to detect. It even save, but it won't save. As soon as we go to load it, it's gone. Batteries are fine, so yeah, the N64 memory cards need fucking batteries. Well, this knockoff one does, but this knockoff one's the only one I've ever been able to save on. Well, I guess we'd better start secret hunting then. Did they get rid of that? No, they didn't get rid of that. Is there something weird with... Thing is, I don't think it can be over here, because... Like, I spent ages beating on everything over here with the use button. I think the only way in would be a teleporter. Because I don't think there's anything over here. And I'm sure that that area must be behind there. I can't see where else it would logically fit. Especially, I'm sure... Can't you see the doors in that? Or am I just imagining things? And check on that screen. Yeah, that has to be there, doesn't it, in that area? Well, those doors are gated off, and I can't see those... I've looked at them so close over the years, and I can't see anything to suggest they do... Doesn't look like sprites, it looks like a mask wall, but there's no, like, gap to suggest that it's a bridge sector to make, you know, it moves back like a concertina. Yeah, that affects, like, bridge, as far as I recall. I don't know, I don't use it very often. So, how do we get in there? Like, those sectors don't even... Well, like, that bug's there.
Where is it?
I guess that could be the thing. These aren't sprites, surely. There is a way to find out if those are sprites. No, those aren't sprites. That's definitely a mask wall. And there's no gap. Even then, like, to make a bridge sector that size, like, you could do it, but God, it would look shit. And there would be a noticeable... I don't think that's the solution at all. I've beat up on that so much over the years. So where would be the way in? Well, it's not a particularly huge level. Surely they couldn't hide it that obscure that you just have to beat the walls to find it. There'd have to be some kind of indicator, you would think. I haven't been through here, have I? It's going to blow up. We could be in there. Is it not going to... Is that not a thing on this version? Okay, fine. So, as Duke would say, where is it? Oh, steroids that are now vitamin X. Oh no, I didn't want to use those. It's not going to need them. Well, this area's been vandalised. So where is it? I'm not... Could be near the end of the level, maybe? I mean, that's where we're headed. This place doesn't seem to exist now. That does, apparently. Well, what did that do? Oh, this is still here. See the lack of interpolation going on with it. I will find that shit, and I'm going to have a look in the next level to see if there's any mirror weirdness. Because there's 2 mirrors I know of in that level. But they might not have built all of them, because they might have hacked that effect out before they put that shit in. I can't see it being down there. I don't know. Okay. Well, this doesn't look like it. Is this something different? Well, I found something I didn't know was there, at least. That's a bonus. It's like a slightly brighter patch of wall out there, but that is very subtle. That's just intuition. I think partly sort of knowing it would be quite difficult to put it in many other places because of all the overlapping sectors. It's very tedious working with overlapping sectors and build. You can break things. You can always tell when it's an area that was built new for the N64 because the interaction takes a hit. You can't press light switches or use toilets or anything in those areas. It's only in the areas that they've taken directly from the fucking PC version. And they always put these same blood sprites on. That must have been the fucking mapper's signature. Ah, this is fucking it. This is that area, so I fucking found it. Well, only 20 fucking years late, but I got here. Fuck you, kid. And it's not that interesting. But it's an area in Duke Nukem I've never set foot before. That's actually kind of... Who the fuck scaled that down? I'm actually more curious about the... No, it looked like the texture was actually scaled on the top of the little portable telly there. And I was like, you can't scale floor textures in this engine. You have 2 sizes. You have regular and expanding. That's it. wonder if it actually exists in that place, or... Now there's a sprite there, my controller's just broke. Let me... We ended up stood up on something there. Probably just that Was that from shooting an enemy, or was that always there? So that's weird if there's... Yeah, it's definitely that decal that's catching us, but... Okay, so that's not weird, and the door's obviously not meant to do anything. Well, I'm going to go and have a look in the next level. I'm not going to be streaming too much longer. I do really have to sleep soon, but... You know, I'll try and bring the stream up at least to the 2-hour mark. What the fuck? So I can't get back? Or there's a time limit or some shit. That's definitely where I came in.
Where is it?
Yeah, I know, Duke. You tell me. Fucking controller is getting worse. I wonder if twitching the stick in anywhere will fix it, but it doesn't matter which way you twitch it, it just makes it worse. And people will tell you, use grease, bend it back. You can only do it so many times and it just doesn't work. They're just not durable. It's one advantage the PlayStation has, it just uses standard potentiometers to do these things. And so those controllers work. Those controllers will last a long time. That is fucking evil. My controller's broken. I don't need to have to run fast, game. That's where shotgun ammo. I can't remember what I was on about now. Oh yeah, you save the babes instead of blowing them up in this game. People have nagged for years, put that in the PC one, put that in. It's a feature I've sworn to never mod into anything I build. In fact, I think I'd replace their screams with slightly disturbing ones, just to piss such people off. Oh yeah, I was on about the... Yeah, fucking N64 controllers. They work more akin to a ball mouse than a regular analog stick. Having said, the Saturn's weird, because that uses like magnets or something. Like, I could never figure that out, and it didn't work. Like, unfortunately, the one I had. I think one of the magnets had lost its magnetism. No one under 18 permitted. It's a little bit weird that you'd have a fucking gun store, but you still got these, like, viewing screens. Oh, I wanted to see what the shit film was that they've put on now. Yeah, we're just going to get more copies of that now, aren't we? Oh well, we'll see it somewhere else in the game. I'd love to load my own maps into this. People have done it, but they have never showed how it's done. How generous of them. Then maybe I just won't tell anyone about the mirrors. Right. Is there some kind of landmark here? This fucking controller... Is one of the pins power? Because I could put a switch on this, just a momentary off switch that I can just push. I mean, I'm going to order a new controller immediately and get it here, like, the... There's not too much in this room, so if there's anything there, I don't think it's going to stand up. Well, it seems that way. Yeah, maybe it was taken over and that's just the leftover, I guess. It is like a different universe, this game. I can't see... There's not enough landmarks in this room, like, for me to be able to... Like, I can almost see a line there, but I don't think I'm really seeing anything. I guess if I... angle... See, I almost feel I can see shit, but I think my mind's just putting it there. So I'm going to say that's not a mirror and that there's nothing built there.
Ah, that's better.
These levels, you can get them. I could look in
Where is it?
in build, but I'm fucking out back there. Just run past the enemies. My controller's only going to break in the heat of the fucking combat anyway. That seems to happen a lot more in this version. Nukem must die. Well, everybody must eventually, unfortunately, and that's the problem with being mortal. I'd change it if I could, but I'm kind of stuck with it. When you start realising that, you begin to resent your parents for giving birth to you a little bit. Like, well, they must have known, you know. They still decided to bring me into this world, the bastards. Fucking controller, man. Oh, there's another one. Fuck that, I don't care. Yep, still runs build. Definitely still runs build. Fucking PlayStation version does as well, as far as I'm aware. Now I want to undemolish it, there we go. I think the PlayStation one still uses like a software renderer though, whereas this one is using like hardware, I guess. Had dynamic lighting at one time so far as there's screenshots of it with lights, but they're only red. And they leak everywhere. So I don't know how far they got with that. Or if it was even been rendered on an N64, it's possible that that was all done on a workstation somewhere. But yeah, it's N64 is definitely rendering polygons because you can actually rip them out in an emulator as a 3D model. Oh, my boots ran out. Is there more boots? Well, if there is, I've fucking wasted them. The ammo all being blue is a little confusing. I mean, that's silly. The game doesn't have, like, alternate palettes so much, so what do? Get rid of the fact the ammo boxes used to be different colours and make them all the same fucking colour. Fucking controller. Oh, this is now fucking pub rules. Cool, where you don't have numbers on the balls, which would disappoint me. Because I mean, I can't throw out the last fucking 7 balls and play some fucking light ball. British people don't know how to play that, so I like playing it because they don't understand it, no matter how hard you explain it, and so they end up losing because they've no idea what's going on, and then they get angry because they're unable to listen to simple instructions. How fucking difficult is it to understand? You've got to hit the lowest numbered ball on the fucking table. But, yeah, people just can't grasp shit like that, it seems. Well, I think that fast mirror might just be unique, you know. As far as I'm aware, the PS1 version is kind of the same and actually has sectors behind the mirrors that they actually did put there, but they just didn't implement the effect. Or if it ever was implemented, it got taken out.
Hail to the king, baby.
Because I actually think that version's more funky than this one for a lot of ways. Like, this one's basically just some, like, molestation of the levels, you know, it just bastardizes the levels up a bit. That version does all kinds of weird shit where the textures are all dragged down to, like, been fucking 4 bits and everything. It's kind of strange. Kind of ugly. And kind of slow. Like, people say this slows down, and it sort of does a little bit, but not as much as that. Which, as I say, as far as I'm aware, that fucker's running software mode, so... Build software renderer really isn't the sort of thing that system does well, as far as I... Like, you know, I don't work with this shit, but it just doesn't strike me as the sort of thing you would want to do by choice if you want it to perform well. It doesn't seem like the sort of thing it's really cut out for.
Where is it?
I wouldn't want to do it on an N64 either. Oh, it's them same blood sprites.
Where is it?
And shit you can't interact with. There are probably light switches that you can't push in here. I can't even find light switches. It's fucking... Yeah, that mirror thing though, that has thrown me, that.
Damn, I'm good.
Wow, the audio actually stuck. It could still be performance, and they just never deleted the ones on that particular mirror because it wasn't slowing the game down in that spot. Or it wasn't slowing it down enough that they gave a shit. Or maybe they just forgot. I would cheat and warp around, but the cheat codes for this game are long as fuck, especially, as far as I remember, the PAL version's even worse, which obviously I'm on the PAL version. I actually sort of like this room better than the strip club, I have to be honest. It's a pretty clever repurposing of it, to be honest. Like, it seems weird that it's outside though. I always think of this as being indoors. Even though I can see that it has that sky. The skies are another odd thing, because there's no reason they couldn't do them, as far as I'm aware. They could have had them, and they just didn't, for whatever reason.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, it could well be. I guess this fucking this universe probably has a different economy. It probably voted for a different government or something. Fuck knows. Yeah, this version seems actually more sensitive to looking up and down, which is silly because you're controlling everything with just the control stick. Does it still spawn loaded? It does. It's just me holding I don't take as much damage. Yeah, I don't take as much damage for being shot in this version. It looks like. See, I'll be honest, I don't really like the console ports of this game, so it's that long since I've played any of them. That it's kind of novel to me to figure out how they work differently.
Ready for action.
Controller's not broken in a while. It's about you doing it, isn't it? While we're trying to do precise things. Duke's meat. Dip. No, I suppose the bastardisation still isn't as bad as that plug and fucking play episode. I'm not saying that can't be fun, but
Let's rock.
It's fucking ugly. Yeah, they re-recorded the fights for some reason. It sounds distinctly different. It is still John as far as I know, but... It has way more expression than the PC one. It's quite monotone in that. Which I actually think works with Duke better, but it makes it more like some sort of machine. This is probably the last level I do, because I do need to go to sleep, but... Yeah, we caused a nuclear fucking winter and discovered that mirrors are still drawing in the N64 game. Removing that pin from here is actually good. Oh, these switches are backwards, aren't they? Yes, they're backwards in this version of the game. I don't know why. There's no conceivable reason they should have had to change the tags for anything. So, unless there's something I'm unaware of. Maybe they added an effect, but why would they tag something at such a low value and then go and have to change other shit in the level? Seems a little bit silly to me, but... Oh, what would I know? Well, actually, in this case, like, a decent amount. Like, not a total fucking be-all and end-all, not by a long shot, but at least know my way around the damn game engine a bit, so... There's these weird doors. I used to try and fool these when I was a kid. This is one of those where I'm sure you can get into the cell on the end or something, but... Or one of these, I can't remember how to do it. I don't care that much. Yeah, you're gonna be in there a long time, buddy. Oh yeah, I forgot that got moved to this level. Didn't this come out before the Atomic Edition or something? It used like pieces of the maps that were unfinished at the time or something. I don't know what's missing. There's something. A little bit low on health. Oh, there is a thing you can do in this version. We changed to the pistol for... You can blow up corpses.
Ready for action. Where is it?
Nothing else in here does anything. Yeah, I know you can... I'm sure you can get in one of those things, but how to do it, I don't know, I don't remember. It doesn't really matter, it's not like there's anything important. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, it might have been some bug that I was aware of. It's a completely different pace to Nuclear Winter, this, so it's kind of aggressive comparatively, isn't it? This is kind of just taking a leisurely tour. I'm not playing this for the gameplay so much as just the novelty of having a look at it.
Ah, that's better.
Yeah, you can do that. Well, you can't kill those in this version. Oh no, the message wasn't in here, was it? No, it was. It was look behind the bed or something. It's not in here. I think they've removed it. This is... I always think that's there in the PC version, that door. Dum Dum's... See, I don't think that does anything. It's... Like, I don't... You know, it's not like we can change the ammo type in anywhere.
I guess he didn't escape from LA.
Yeah, fuck. It's just... I mean, ports when this was made, man, they've varied so much. Like, I mean, look at the fucking Saturn version. Doesn't even use the same game engine. Like, everything had to be built again from scratch. It's basically a different game entirely. You know, it's a clone rather than a port. There isn't even an Easter egg there on the PC version. It's nothing. It's just a dead end. Like, you have that little crawl space and that's it. Like, that is... Oh, shit. So you're using a controller to do this. Luckily, you start with no weapons on this level, so it's not that big of an impact.
Who wants some?
We'll power through it this time. By comparison, I mean, on this controller, not really, but... I'm still going for the PS1 port being the most wacky. Because, like I say, the Saturn isn't technically a port, it's a clone, really, in my eyes. Whereas the PS1 actually does share code with the PC version and this one. But it just does some weird shit. As I say, in some ways, technically downgrades the game rather than upgrades it. At least has music. I don't think it was particularly good renditions of the music. It had music, from what I recall. This is oddly absent in this. I think it's one of them things where I think they could have done it, but... Well, I'm not going to fuck them out. Fuck that. Especially not with the controller wonking me around. Yeah, that's getting bad. I'm going to have to rattle it again. You see, it's no good, this controller. I'm going to have to get another one. I'm sure I remember there being a bastard up here. I guess not. I'm not going to try and do that on the console. Especially not with that happening. It's fucking controller. Yeah, I don't think this controller would last us far beyond this level, to be honest. Yeah, I've just cycled it and it's still fucking... We might not be able to get that back. No, it's back. Let's find out how this build is. Yeah, it still works. Oh shit, it does that. No! No!
I needed that.
No, now is not the time controller. That's fucking worse. It's completely random. That isn't gonna recover, I don't think. Just gonna have to push on through. Oh man, that's bad. That's really bad. It's sort of running farther and farther left. Well, they kind of arc, but you know, I'll have a chance to fire it later.
Too late, nigga. We're in control now.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh no, don't spot 69 health. Don't keep spawning things, game. I believe these switches are reversed as well. I wonder what the deal is with that. Well, there's two sets of switches that are reversed in this level. Why? Like, why would they change the tags? It doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna get you, suckers.
There's no reason for them to have done it. I can't fathom. Some really odd decisions on this point. It really is. I'm gonna shoot him, or else he's gonna come and get me in the back when I'm not looking. Any of those planes. Tell you what, we'll fire that. Like, it doesn't... Like, it has an arc down. Like, it just gets caught by gravity. It's slower than it would by having fall, though, so... Like, I'm sure if it was just using the fall command, it would fall faster than that. Could be wrong. And then things could move strange in build Duke's fucking physics system. It's a little bit inconsistent. Oh no, that's waste. Well, I'm not playing any farther, so it doesn't matter. I felt the click on the stick. That's going to do damage. Now, is there a dude in here? No, there isn't. So why do I always remember there being a dude in here? This area is pretty much unchanged. But this is still awkward to get into, isn't it? Apparently not. Just mindlessly shooting towards where this sector actually is. Because obviously it's not where it appears to be. The stick went mad at the end. I wasn't even touching it. Well, I'd better bail out for the night, but so...
I should have known those alien maggots booby-trapped the sub.
Yeah, there's no mirrors in this level, so I'm not even going to go and look. But that is something I'm going to have to investigate, because I'm curious now. Removing mirrors for performance reasons, well, doesn't seem that way, because there's at least one still there that's actually rendering. So... yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever documented that before. So you might have just witnessed a discovery about the game there, but somebody must have noticed. I'm sure people knew the sectors were there, at least. Because I'm sure this one has to have the sectors placed manually if the effect had actually, like, been put in. But I can't see why just having Duke's sprite appear in there. Just tag the sectors or something, or just put a sprite in them there. I don't know, I mean, it's build speak, nobody gives a fuck, but, yeah, obviously I'll come back with some other shit better than this. Nuclear Winter's not fucking brilliant, and this port of this game I don't think's great, especially not with a busted controller. I get a working controller. So yeah, hopefully play something fucking better next time. But I was bored. I felt like doing it, and I wanted to make sure that shit was still okay for streaming because I haven't done it in a while. And so, as usual, you know, thanks for tuning in and shit to everyone who's hung about, watched. I will be back another time, but for the time being, I'm gonna fuck off and go to sleep. So I'll see you around.